is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride.
ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson offline.
Is green, green, green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to tell him to do. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns for 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because Tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see if we get a good run. Dodd's just absolutely thinking, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be watching from. Welcome back to SRW TV and welcome into the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship here for Sunday nights for Season 3 of 2024. Well, not Round 1, we're Round 2. That's one thing I forgot to change. Round 2 here out at Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari for the second time this week. We saw the Tuesday action yesterday afternoon and it was one hell of a race. And tonight we've got some pro drivers out there. It's all open field. Everything's up for grabs for this championship. We've got one hell of a field to come. I'm your commentator tonight, Hamish Munro, joined alongside once again by Steve Sinkovic. Sinker, we've got 22 drivers in here tonight at the moment, ready to have a crack at Imola, which can prove to be a massive challenge in the supercar, but could also lead to some massive carnage on track as well.
100%, mate, and it is round 3.
Oh, round 3. My brain's gone, I'll be honest with you. My brain is absolutely gone. It is round 3.
Don't worry, I'm toast as well, but I've had a bit of a kip in the afternoon, much to my wife's dismay. But it's I'm raring to go. Tonight we've got the 20-40, so we've got the 20 minutes.
You've been watching too much of the Olympics, apparently.
I have, man. See the Sinkovic brothers gold again. Unbelievable. So tonight we've got a 20-40 split. So we've got the 20-minute heat and the 40 minutes heat based on what we did last night, which was a recap of Tuesday night. It was a lot of fun, and I expect tonight to be just as much fun, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully it is going to be just as good. There was quite a little bit of carnage on the Tuesday stream that we did yesterday afternoon, and I think we could see just about as much as that, because we're going to have a lot of drivers in here. We'll be hoping to gain some crucial points on some drivers that are missing out on tonight's race due to other racing commitments, of course. The likes of Darren Lobb, Dylan Gray, Bruce Tanek, they'll all be hoping to take maximum points out of this one to gain massively over the likes of Scott Gamble and Rehan Leonage and Will Brown and others as well, as they are missing this round. Dikey as well, yeah. So they're big outs for this one. I think, luckily for those guys, though, they don't have too many other races on Sundays this season, so they should be in contention still by season's end. But the races like this are going to bring it down to the wire at the very end of this season, Sinker, because they're crucial points that they're dropping, obviously, but it does mean that it's going to keep nice and close. So Rehan, for example, may dominate the weeks that he's here, but he may not be leading by the final round because he's missed a couple.
And before you ask out there why, because you know what, Mondays was a disaster. It was something we tried and it just wasn't cool. It was 20 people, and it was a night that was really awkward for all us, the staff that were working, and it did make no difference for us. So it was like, you know what, we might as well do it.
It's at least a consistent day, you know, but they can't really forget about it if it's on the same day.
Exactly right. Viewers know when it's on. The other drivers that watch know it's on. And people that come out of the US to watch us know it's on. And, you know, still there's a great crowd, fast guys out there battling on. We're missing the top 5, probably say at this point. But you know what? They're all 5 missing. So it's the same. You know, they're not going to the top 5 title contenders are all doing scops. So it's not going to change the title amongst themselves really, unless they want to miss out on scops and come here and race this. That's up to them.
Yeah, it's their prerogative, of course. You know, they may be in contention for this championship over Scops. They may be in contention for Scops over this, and it's their prerogative of what they want to race on the Sunday when it is a double up.
Either way, we wish them good luck, whether it's out there or over here.
Exactly.
They're drivers that race in the SRW, so we're always taking interest in how they're doing and how they're progressing, and I always have a look at the results and stuff, and good luck to them tonight.
Well, we look at who we have in the session tonight. Sinker, we have the likes of, obviously, as I mentioned, Bruce Tanek, Darren Lobb, Dylan Gray there, my current favourites to take the top step tonight, but Anthony Visma as well. We know he's got some good pace. He could really be a challenger out there tonight. I think we need to keep a keen eye on the likes of John Gallen, Stacey Boyd, David Coleman, Chris Burridge as well. Those guys have been having some great pace recently, and they've been driving some consistent racing. Coleman's been a little bit unlucky recently, but he has got it about him when he's on. So there are a couple of drivers out there we need to keep an eye on. I mean, Troy Dooley, he could really rise up the rankings. Brad Doble, Travis Daly as well. Mark Houghton even.
Crosby.
So, yeah, Crosby too.
Dodds.
Dodds.
Dodds
Cowie,
had a few
Randall.
Few good runs before he had his last week of disaster, but it could be interesting there as well. Qualies is just clicked in. We've got 15 minutes of it now, and we can't wait to see how these boys. I just saw a flashback of, I think it was Crosby going sideways through the chicane. You can see all the cars on my screen coming out of the pits as they're all barreling their way through. Everyone's coming out at the same time. Lobby's there, wiggling his tyres around. Dylan Gray's at the very, very front bit. You've got the camera on him now. It's going to be a fun night.
Well, Gray's he took the charge to come out of pits, get himself some clean air. That train's going to be interesting how that qualifying goes for a lot of those drivers, because all of a sudden they have to kind of back themselves back and give themselves probably a good 2 seconds to the car ahead just to make sure they have some clean, fresh air, but also enough time to get out of another car's way if they make a mistake over their qualifying laps. So,
I see an F1 style car park.
Quite possibly. All of them just parked up at Variante Alta as they let another driver go through after 5 seconds. But
yeah. But you know what? Where does this track rate in your top? Does it make your top 10?
It does. This track is. I mean, the top 10's always changing for me, but it is always one that is in the options. The top 10. You know.
The only bit I don't like about it is the main straight. The rest of it, I don't
mind it. I don't mind the main straight. You do at least get some reprieve, but all of a sudden when you come past the pit exit, you got to think about that turn 2 and into that braking zone of the chicane. Quite worrying, but
it's just a bit long. You know, I can see why it is the way it is, and that's all cool. But it's probably I shouldn't say I don't like it. It's my least favourite part of the track. The rest of it's fantastic and challenge. I can never get. For the life of me, no matter how many laps I've done on this track, I can never get the chicane up the top of the hill right. That just does my head in every time. I either hit it too aggressively, or I hit it too soft, or I end up too wide. I never ever get it right. And odd chance that I might get slightly right, I'll get it off or something like that because I carry the pace too much through the back end of it. But there's some really critical technical points. You look at the map at the top here, we've got the map at the moment, but if you look at the map, it doesn't look all that hard, but I'll tell you what, every corner's got its little nuance about it.
Yeah, everything has its own little challenge across this circuit as Dylan Gray begins his first lap time. I mean, the easier answer to your question, Cynthia, is if I look at the calendar, Imola is one of 3 tracks that would make it into my top 10 or at least top 15 favourite tracks. The other 2 being Sandown and Bathurst. Oh, actually, no. 1 of 4, because Daytona Road Course also gets into my top 10.
Elevation here. And they're changing elevation is a real critical point because it really changes your braking zones. If it was flat, they would be completely different brake points. Completely different. This point here where Dylan's coming up to now, it's an uphill. This corner here is a bit tricky as well, saying to keep it clean, not to go too wide. But this is well coming across here. The braking point, you're going downhill and you're coming back to the S's. It's like, man, it's just, frustrating as hell. Look at him go. Oh, he's held it too. He's done really well.
He's done incredibly well. When I was talking to Scott Gamble last night about this track, one of the things that we both agreed on is absolutely critical here. We've spoken about a lot of times maximising your corner exits. That is probably the most imperative thing about this track, especially with a lot of the chicanes around here. If you can learn how to ride the curves at this place, you are going to find lap time almost immediately, especially if you can maximise on the exits off of carrying that speed through the chicanes. I think the toughest corner at this place is probably going to be the Variante Alta, but also Rivarza at the end of the track as well, because you can very easily run it wide at the bottom of the hill, lock it up, end up in the kitty litter, and then all of a sudden you are trying to regroup yourself, regather, and rejoin the track as well. And then if you do that incorrectly, you can find yourself having a penalty next to your name. Dylan Gray, though, has set the first fastest lap of the session, a 142.94. Travis Daly's just come around the Rivarza. He's had to pull out of his lap here. Harry Dodds has gone 143.32. He's gone P2 on the road for Pacific Esports Racing. Sam Noble's gone P5. Visma has pipped Dylan Gray for pole position with a 142.78. So the times are coming in quick and fast. Gray going out there on his own may hurt him here because Visma had a pretty good tow over that last lap, and that's probably what's actually got him onto that provisional pole.
Everyone's following Lobby at the moment. You've got Tanak behind him, and then Tanak's got, I can't see who it is, but there's one of the Accelerate boys. And then the boys are just following behind that group there. So there's that group you've got on screen there. There's 5 of them following each other nice, but Tanak is really close, taking as much advantage as he can behind Lobby. I mean, they're not teammates, but they're mates in real world, so they drive together.
They are teammates. They both race for DPR. But they're separate. They're both DPR cars.
Okay, I didn't know that Bruce was a DPR car.
Yeah. Tanix is Mag and Turbo / DPR. So if I've... Oh, well, it's not... Yeah, it's not going to show me. It's not going to show me because of the qualifying sectors at the bottom. If I get rid of those for a second and I focus on Bruce as he pulls it up into the wall. If I go multi-car team, it says Mag and Turbo Motorsport, but previously it says it has said Mag and Turbo / DPR. Yeah. So
there you go. Even on his registrations, I never saw the DPR, and I reckon he always forgets to leave it on there.
That, or he's just associated with them possibly. So
yeah, there's a few more people rocking up in the viewers' room, and welcome on board. If you want to see anyone in particular tonight, or you've got a favourite driver out there, please let us know. We would love to give them some extra time just so you guys can see them out there. And please also like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you get that little ding and email and text message or notification on your phone, whatever it is that you've got hooked up as, and you'll know when we're on track.
Well, we've got so much racing going on during the week. It's pretty hard to forget as it is, but just in case you do forget, that notification bell is good to help remind you. I mean, with 6 racing sessions on during the week here on SRW, sometimes it can all get a little muddled up. You might get to Wednesday and think, where's Tuesday Supercars? No,
it's just not enough.
I reckon we need 12 across 5 days.
I remember the nights we used to do the double splits. They were
the TCR and F3 days.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was awesome. Viewing numbers were fantastic, but it was just a bit much harder on the team.
And it was just tough on the numbers in the session as well, because you weren't always going to get the
Imagine if you did the 86s and F3s in the same night now.
Oh, I mean, you could probably. I think you could probably get away with doing TCRs and 86s on the same night because they're a similar driving style. Like they're both tin top. You might get a couple of crossover drivers and stuff, but it's just hard, especially with time zones and stuff like that. It just makes it difficult to get everyone in.
Lobby and
is it?
I think
no, it's not Dodzy.
Yeah, no, it's not Dodzy. Oh, who was that?
That might have been Dodzy going off track. There's it's Gallen who's in behind Lobby.
Yeah. But Lobs and Mr. Magantur, Bruce Tanak are getting ready up for have a hit now. You can see the way they were slowly working their way around. Can we have a look at Trav? Yes, of course we can have a look at Trav. Trav Daly, he hasn't set a lap yet, but he is out on track as we speak.
Well, he is struggling on the old favourite Variante Alta that just sent him way wide, so this lap will not count. That'll be an off track for him, so he'll have to reset. I mean, he's got half a session to go. He hasn't been able to set a lap in the first 4 attempts that he's done of this track here, Sinker, so he is struggling around here to keep it on the black stuff and keep the lap clean.
Be interesting to see how he keeps going. But there's a few boys that haven't set lap times just yet. Travis Daly, Mark Horton, Michael Schroeder and David Coleman. So those boys are still yet to set a lap. But I want a big one from Coleman tonight, mate.
Oh, well,
Coleman, if you're listening, sometimes you are. Good luck tonight, mate. I want to see some good numbers out of you tonight.
Well, it seems that Coleman's also in the same boat that Travis is. He's just unable to get a clean lap together. Michael Schroeder, he hasn't been able to set a lap just yet, as well as Mark Houghton, his teammate as well. So these guys are struggling to get a clean lap together and struggling to find themselves and trying to get a lap in. JP is in the chat. I'm cheering for Andrew Cowan tonight. Where is Cowie on track at the moment? There he is, coming up through turn 8 and 9. He's a crowd favourite, isn't he, Cowie? Good old Sinker. He's Cowie's just you cannot hate him. I mean, really, he's just.
No, you can't. And good morning to you, JP.
Yeah, good morning to you on this fine Sunday morning for yourself. He's finally on the right day of the week.
All right, so who else can I put my little second cam on? Let's have a look to see who's doing what they're doing. Let's actually I'll leave it on Crosby's. Crosby, Stills and Nash.
What I have just seen is Bruce Tannick has just gone P2 in the session Sinker with a 142.94. Provisional pole sitter Anthony Visma just came past him. His 142.78 still stands as the fastest time in this session. Dylan Gray is yet to set another faster lap than his previous, which was a 42.94. Will we get anyone in the 141s tonight? It doesn't look like it. Jamie Davis is out in the chat giving his support to the safety car here tonight. Good old Greg Leake back in the session as well. Great to have him back after the unfortunately missed Friday.
I hope his wife's feeling a bit better. She was a bit ill this week.
Exactly. We hope that she is all good and everything is on the mend for them. He's trying to get a better lap time. He's currently P14. It is currently now only Schroeder, Houghton and Coleman yet to set times. Trav Daly has finally set one. He's gone P13 in the 777 entry of M1 Racing. So he's done well to get that lap together. But Michael Schroeder, I'm surprised. You know, this guy's he's a regular of Split One of Vets and a couple other V8 series. He's just unable to put the lap together tonight, it seems.
So every Thursday night when me and JP are doing the show, Jamie asks JP and I, how many off in turn one tonight, mate? And JP's just asked Jamie the same question in the chat.
Well, I'll answer that question as well. 3. I'll say 3.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bottleneck corner. What was the first corner? The bend? Or are we talking
technically the first
chicane?
corner? Technically, the first corner is the bend, but we'll count the chicane as the first.
The chicane. We're talking chicane here, okay. Yeah. I reckon the chicane's going to have 4 or 5 tonight. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying across the whole race. I'm saying lap 1.
No, I'm talking lap 1, 4 or 5.
Okay.
Lap 1.
All right. We can't go big or go home.
Yeah. That's the 20 heater.
So does that mean that you think we're going to get a safety car on lap 1 as well?
No, they'll just be off tracks.
Okay.
Just off tracks.
Fair enough.
It's got a lot of space to run off and rejoin. But
no counting crossing the chicane though. We're saying like full on in the kitty litter. No, we're claiming in the kitty litter. Thank you. Not track extensions. We're talking about taking a joker lap across the chicane.
Anyone who crosses the kitty litter is an off track.
That's fair. Or if they go off on the left-hand side into the grass.
Yeah. Anyone who gets kitty litter, who goes over, anyone who gets off track goes off track.
JP's putting the moz on Cowie. He's saying clean. He's saying I'm going 2 at the chicane and Cowie going to be one of them. Oh, he's out there to support Cowie, and then he's...
Oh, Dylan Gray's got himself a purple in the first sector.
He does, as he comes down towards the bottom of the hill up towards Buddy Alza. Crosby, just then I noticed on your screen, had a massive slide through turn 1 up towards turn 2, Sinker. So he's trying to light this M1 car up.
I think he's driving a race setup.
Oh, he surely have to be. He might, maybe he has the... might have the fixed setup on from the Thursday. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he has his own setup. Coleman finally sets a lap, by the way. He's gone P8 on the road.
P8, well done. Let's see how Dylan goes. He's got himself a purple, a green, and 2 oranges.
Round the Ravatsas up towards the line. Is it going to be good enough for pole position for Dylan Gray? It could be his final opportunity to lap here, Sinker. Crosses the line. What is it going to be? It's pole position for Dylan Gray, 142.72. And all of a sudden, all the pressure goes on Anthony Visma in P2 at the moment. This is going to be his final attempt at a lap. Remembering, they get cut off once the 15 minutes is up, being a sprint round tonight. And is this lap going to be good enough for Visma to claim pole position? I don't know if it is. Lobby's just got pole. A 142.28.
No, he's stuck under the radar then.
He got a purple sector in the
There's
last.
a few boys there on all greens as well. Randell's got 3 greens at the moment, so we know that it doesn't have to be all purple to get all the way across there.
Well, Visma's going to come up to the line. Is it going to be good enough to at least go P2?
Noble's got himself 2 greens as well.
Randall's just gone P12. As Visma crosses the line, his final attempt at a lap. What's it going to be? Is it even going to be counted? It's not. He's remaining P3 on the road, and he will sit there unless the likes of John Gallen or Harry Dodds beat him here as they come across the line. Gallen comes through. Yeah, Lobby can't set another one, though, because he's about to get cut off in 15 seconds.
Yep.
Burridge has just crossed the line. He hasn't got any better. Randall's not close enough. Pavlovic is in behind Gallen, so he can't set another lap. And Noble's just set one, and he's gone P5. So those will be the final laps in qualifying. There is no way that anyone else can set another lap time, and that is the proof in the pudding. They have now been cut off at the 15 minutes.
Cut off. Also, viewers, we've been playing with the colours tonight too, so give us a heads up on what you think of the colours of the... I know everyone's going to have a different picture, different screen, but if you're happy with them, Hamish, from my perspective, it's on my monitor, YouTube looks really crisp, mate. Looks good.
Yeah, it's looking good at the moment.
Also, let us know how the audio balance is as well. The boys picked up on the show the other night that the engines were a bit loud and you couldn't hear Hamish, which I wasn't complaining about.
Let's just turn Sinker right down, shall we?
But it was... All right, we're into the... Boys are getting ready to go. Hamish, who is that statue, mate? You should know who that statue is.
That is Ayrton Senna, of course, who crashed at that corner in 1994. This track, pretty much world famous for the deaths of...
show the back of him? They should show the front of him.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But this track is obviously world famous for the deaths of Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna in 1994 for the Italian or San Marino Grand Prix. It might have been then, actually. Yeah, it's probably the most famous thing that's ever happened at this track. But regardless, we're about to make some more history here tonight. Starting grid for round number 3. Darren Lobb and Dylan Gray will line up alongside each other on the front row of the grid here tonight. They'll start ahead of Anthony Visma and Bruce Tannock in behind them. Sam Noble, John Gallen on the third row of the grid. That's a good qualifying from both of those boys, with Brad Noble and Harry Dodds in P7 and P8. David Coleman and Troy Dooley will then make up the top 10, with Chris Burridge and Shane Randall just missing out on a top 10 qualifying. Darren Crosby, Will Buchanan just in behind them, with Stacey Boyd and Andrew Cowan making up the top 16 cars on the road. Peter Pavlovic and Travis Daly then start P17 and 18, with Mark Houghton and Michael Schroeder in P19 and 20. Steve Vella, Shane Newens then start P21 and P22. Safety car drivers Greg Barber and Greg Leake here tonight. A massive thank you to them once again, as Lobby is not yet on the grid.
Not yet on the grid. I've got my camera on Troy Dooley down the bottom if you want to whack it up.
Yep.
JP says the cars are a touch loud. Everyone else looks pretty good. Audio seems well balanced. Suspect commentary, though. Who's BG36? Might be your tongue.
Might be BG36. I think I know who that is as well, and I can't remember now.
Big George?
No.
BG36, who do you identify as?
Di Feldman in the chat as well. Great to have you out there, Di, watching along with us. We are just awaiting Mr. Lobb to get on screen. He's going to ruin our little pole position camera angle, because he's going to get on there and the lights are going to go up straight away, Sinker.
Oh, well.
Because we've got like 15
seconds. The winner park on that pole position so we can do the rotating camera. 15 seconds.
We're just waiting
Barb's
on Darren Lobb. He is. He's pushing buttons. Barb's found something out on Wednesday night last week, Sinker, that he still had his connected to my SDK. Lobby has not made the grid for race number 1. He'll be starting from the lane, but it'll be Dylan Gray off the line ahead of Anthony Visma as they make their way down to turn 1. Gray has absolutely cooked the start, and Tannock has driven straight into P1 down towards turn number 1 here tonight. They come through for the very first time. Do they keep it nice and clean? Clean, consistent driving.
Clean and sexy.
No. Oh, that was a turnaround though for Cowie. But he's kept going, and there's big contact in the wall for Mark Houghton.
Back.
Massive
Houghton
contact.
And,
Schroeder there as well, his teammate.
Houghton and Schroeder, I think it was. Yep, both of them on the comms. Apart from that, it was looking beautiful. The boys are getting around track beautifully, nice and clean, all the way through 2x2. But the start from the mag and turbo, Mr. Bruce Tannock, was sensational. Visma is on the back of him with a .23, .18 already and hounding him like crazy.
Well, we were both wrong, Sinker, because no cars technically went off at turn 1 tonight. It all happened off the exit at turn 3. As we have off the back of Bruce Tannick's car now with Anthony Visma just lurking in behind, putting maximum pressure up towards Variante Alta for the first time this race here tonight for race 1 as they come through the chicane. Nice and tidy it seems. They look pretty good at the moment. They continue on down towards the Ravatsas as I believe Dodsy's had an off track in the background. There he is there. Yeah. He's absolutely cooked the chicane and he'll drop down to the back of the field.
Keep forgetting Dodsy's racing in the Pelican car these days.
He is. Dylan Gray's got a slowdown as well.
Great, terrible place for a slowdown. He's lost a lot of places there, a lot of places.
At least he didn't do it on the racing line, Sinker. That's a positive.
Yeah. He's read his rule book, which is good. But he's had a shocking start. Now he's got a slowdown in a really bad spot. It's dropped him down to 20th place. He's lost 18 positions in the first lap.
Coleman, he's already made up 3 spots up into P6. Randall's into the top 10 in P8. He's up 4. Crosby's followed him up 4 as well. His teammate Burridge into the 10-2. Biggest dropper of this race, that's Dylan Gray. He's down 18 at the moment. Lobby's down 16 after starting in pit lane.
Yeah, Lobby must have had family conditions, I reckon. He's got some kids, so no doubt they're probably hounding him at the time, and he thought, I've got a race to go. But what a track, what a battle. Tannick leading the race off, mate. We haven't seen this for a while. Don't want to put the moz on him, but let's see how he goes. Looks like the car settled nicely for those corners, and he's got the grip down front as well as rear.
It seems that Michael Schroeder has towed back to pits without permission. That'll be a penalty for him. As Dodsy's now under pressure from Dylan Gray, lets him go. He's going to let him move up through the field. This will be a good test for Gray. We know he's been challenged trying to get through the field previously. We'll see how cleanly he can do it tonight. Hopefully he can get through there without any bumps and bruises on his car or anyone else's. Will be Cannon trying to put some pressure on Crosby. Look at all those M1 cars, and none of them are Stephen Kennedy. They've got Burridge, they've got Crosby, and they've got Trav Daly as well.
They do look good, mate. The traditional M1 livery stands out like Sam Kutakazunas would say, like I'd hit you.
I do like the big ball car as well. It's a great little colour combination. The old silver, black, and day glow yellow. Tannick still leads the way with Visma hounding on the back of him as he looks to challenge down towards turn 2.
Visma's got the front line. Is he going to make it to the corner?
2 wide into turn 2. They're side by side. They're banging doors through 3. This is awesome stuff up towards turn 4. Tannick keeps the lead out of absolute nowhere, but Visma is looking ultra pacey right now, Sinker, and he's looking to take that lead of the race.
He's just set the fastest lap in that lap there as well. He went for a 1:43.772, so he's done real. He's actually just lost a place there. He might have had a slowdown there for some reason, but look at it, because Gallen just casually went past him. He's off the race line. Is he getting back on it? What was going on there?
I reckon he may have copped himself a bit of a slowdown as he's had to come up towards turn 8.
Pete Sullivan, bite your tongue, mate.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. He misses out on some awesome V8 Supercars action if he decides he doesn't want to stay around. That's his own fault.
No, he's just said we're annoying.
He said he's out. He said cool cars, though, but regardless, Bruce Tannick leads to John Gallen. Visma is now back in P3. Noble and Doble battling it at the back end of the top 5. They both had a good start in this race. Coleman up 3 spots into P6 in this one. He's starting to get into his rhythm right now. It seems that, I think it might have been Cowie's just lost a spot to
Cowie, and whoever it was is been deemed netcode.
Fair enough.
So unfortunately for them, no one gets penalised. Fortunately as well, no one gets penalised, so they've done well. But Dylan Gray's got a look at the guys behind him and how close they are. That's crazy how they're just... You got Dylan Gray, Cowan, Dodds, Peter Pav, Mark Horton, Mark Schroeder, Mark Schroeder hasn't quite caught them just yet, but these guys are just tail behind the snake all the way through.
Bruce Tannick's off at turn 4.
No.
Or it might be turn 1 at turn 2, actually.
A great position.
Yeah, it's at turn 2, he's off. So we'll have a quick look back at some of the incidents that have happened in this race. This was lap 1 with Burridge. Oh, no, we don't want to be slow down pace. We want to be full pace. Thank you very much. So this was down in towards, this was out of turn 2. Oh, I just went a little bit too wide there. Not a bad rejoin, but then that was the contact with Cowie in the background. And look at that, there goes.
Oh, how did Cowie collect that and connect? And that was unreal. He caught that beautifully.
No, this was Boyd's off track. You see Cowie going wide there. They've had to avoid
in the background.
And then Houghton went into the wall right in front of one of the PER cars and collected his own teammates. So that was the big schmozzle happening back there.
Yeah, Velo called something into race control as well, lap 4.
And then this was Mark Houghton carrying that damage back to pits. He had to straight line Variante Alta. This was Michael Schroeder a couple laps ago out at turn 3. What's he done? Oh, he's just pulled it up. Okay, fair enough. I thought he actually had a crash. And then Darren Crosby had this little moment down at the bottom of the hill in behind Shane Randall. Just a big lock up of the brakes.
Yeah.
Kept it going though. And then Bruce Tannick, this was what happened to him down at turn 2. So he's leading under brakes. Is it a massive compression lock?
He would be kicking himself all the way home, that one. Oh, Bruce, come on, mate. Maybe his gear ratios aren't right.
I'm not sure, but John Gallen leads the way to Anthony Visma, Sam Noble, Brad Doble, and David Coleman for the top 5. It's then Troy Dooley to Shane Randall. Chris Burridge, Will Buchanan, and Darren Crosby to make up the top 10. You've got an eye on that battle at the moment. So let's check out this
looks
front
like
crew.
the top 5s are split by 3 seconds, and then we've got the 6 down to, oh God, what is it, 13th? All in one battle there for Shane Randall. Is slowly catching. He just caught him. He's at just under a second now. So all these boys behind them are all into 5/10s, 6/10s. Darren Lobb is making his way through, just about to make a pass on Stacey in the back there as well.
See, it's around the outside.
Correction, he just made a pass.
Drive-through penalty for car 52. Contact on lap 1. That is going to Dylan Gray. So his night goes from bad to worse at the moment. Unfortunately, he will have to traverse that DK Motorsports car through the lane. That'll put him pretty much...
Lucky it's a 2-heat night.
Very, very lucky indeed, as Tannick's now got past him. So he looks ahead up to the back of Stacey Boyd to try and get around. Just like Darren Lobby. Lobby, though, is picking up...
Yeah, that was a really good angle then, Hamish. That was the way the cars were on 2 wheels there. It was beautiful.
Hopefully we'll get that angle for when these cars come around again. Lobby's already picked off 2 M1 cars in the span of a couple of corners. Like, he is just on a mission.
Yeah, he is definitely on a mission. He's doing it well too. He gets his exits. Lobby's, if you want to watch someone who gets out of corners beautifully, Lobby's exits out of corners are sensational, and he gains a lot of overtakes through that.
So come on down towards turn 2 once again. Darren Lobb, a man on a mission at the moment, trying to fight his way through the field. His former teammate or good friend, Bruce Tannick, making his way back up through the field. He's currently down 10 spots, but in P14 at the moment.
Bruce, from leading a couple of seconds, he's going to be kicking himself, man. He lost 10 spots more. He lost 13 spots in that lockup, and he was doing so well, so clean, so nice. The way he was handling the corners, the way his car's sitting now, still now. His setup looks really on point. If you have a look at his car compared to some of the other cars, the motion through the chicanes and through the corners, the way it's sitting is beautiful.
Yeah, it's looking nice and crisp at the moment. So fresh and so clean is Bruce Tannick's mag and turbo car. We'll see though if that setup is going to help him get through this race and up towards the top 10. He could still get pole position for the next race.
Yeah, that would be the aim. That's what I'd be aiming for.
Yeah, exactly. BG in the chat saying, hope you guys don't listen to some negative comments. You're great commentators. Thanks for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Hey, B. Selman, he's missing out on some great racing if he decides that myself and Siggy
we work out who BG36 was?
I don't think so just yet, to be honest with you. That's fine.
It's hard to rule. It's like the boys in Discord. They come out, well, they've got these weird names and they use in the Discord, and they message me, hey, Sinker, how's it going? I'm like, and I'm supposed to know who they are. And I've got no idea by the names and that they use.
It's all right. We've replaced one American with another one because Sean Bonici's out in the chat. Great to have you here, Sean, once again supporting the SRW crew on Supercars night here for Sunday night. Dylan Gray has now committed to that drive-through penalty in the background.
Going through now.
We'll see if he does.
Our biggest mover of the night. at the moment is Travis Daly. He's up 6 places, so he's doing really well. He's following his Crosby's behind in front of him. Will Buchanan doing 4 places up. Shane Randell up 5 places as well. So some good movers tonight.
Yeah, they've done well in that mid-pack battle. You see them all in their little train now. We'll see how long it takes Lobby to pick off the Simrigs Infinity Motorsport driver of Shane Randall up towards turn 7. He looks to take the outside line. Randall may let him have it here as they go 2 wide through turn 7. It's going to be a drag race up towards turn 9 at the top of the hill. But I think Lobby may have had the drive out of the corner then, and Randall's just going to slot back in behind. That smart driving right there. Let Lobby pull you forward and hopefully help you build some gap over Burridge and the others.
Have a look at the way these guys are going through. These cars look spectacular going through there. The battle down the bottom screen is at the moment concentrating on Cowan and Dodds. They're having a great little battle through the field. Excuse me, as they're working their way back. Doddsy is now 4/10 off the back of Cowan, and he's been putting pressure on him for quite a few laps.
Got some love for Anthony Visma in the chat from Mick Clifton. Visma has taken the lead of this race from John Gallen. We'll find out how he's done this and when he's done this, because we have missed it on screen. This will be when he did it. In fact, there has been a drive-through penalty given to car 981. Contact on lap 4. That is going to be going the way of Harry Dodds. Unfortunately for him, you see there, that's how Visma got it done into the Ravatzas. He locked it up slightly, managed to keep the pace through the corner though and keep the lead over John Gallen. Now he looks to run away from him and take the win here in race number 1. So unfortunately for Doddsy, he's going to have to traverse through the lane, and well, that may be race done and dusted for him.
Yeah, well, that's only heat 1, so we've got 2 heat and feature tonight. So he's still got plenty to prepare for. Get out there and get some confidence in the corners and braking points. Get everything right in his car for the main feature.
And that's what he's going to do right now, and just try and concentrate, try and get some good positions in the last 7 minutes of this race, and just hope that you can do your best, as Burridge is just hammering on the back of Shane Randall right now. He's got Buchanan in behind, and as well his teammates Daly and Crosby. These guys are battling it out for P8 on the road right now.
Noble's in the back of Gallen at the moment too. He's got like 0.41, 0.21. He was really putting pressure on him at the moment. Fight for 3rd place, fight for 2nd place. Could be a few shake-ups still there. The boys are really close, and we've still only got 7-8 minutes. 6 minutes left and a bit. So could be some interesting swapping going up front still.
On board now with Sam Noble as he chases down John Gallen. Noble's had a good race so far. He's currently situated P3 on the road after Bruce Tannick made his little mistake down at turn 2, unfortunately for him.
Haley's just gone off track, and it's cost him a few spots.
Oh, Noble's trying to line this up. Not quite close enough, though. Gallen carried so much more pace through turn 17 at the Ravatzas there. He's done well to keep ahead of him down towards the line.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you for all the support. I like JP's comment. Don't listen to the haters, boys. Steve, you're doing an awesome job. Hamish, you're okay.
I think JP might have misclicked there with our names. Sean as well saying, yeah, you guys are so bad that I listen to you all while racing. Some of the best there are. Keep doing what you do. Thanks so much, Sean. Really appreciate it.
I'm going to switch my camera, mate, because it's probably boring watching Cowie going all the way around on his lonesome at the moment. And we'll pick a bit of, is anyone out there want to see anyone in particular? We'll put him down the bottom camera for you guys so we can have a bit of spread of love through the cameras. But have a look at the way the lobby comes through that corner.
He just makes it look easy. He went past Troy Dooley like he was parked.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how easy Lobby can do that. I mean, he is a freak behind a wheel, and I say that in the nicest way possible.
Oh, he is, mate. And he's not a young pup either, which is something refreshing. Not. It's usually all the young ones that are out there smashing it. But Lobby's, I mean, he's not old like me, but he's still clicking the years over.
Well, we'll check out some of these battles that are happening on track at the moment. The closest on-track battle between a couple of cars is that pack we were checking out before. Gallen, Noble, Doble, and Coleman. Coleman has been having a great race so far, Sinker, set up by a great qualifying earlier on.
Don't do it. You know that every time me and you mention him, something goes wrong? That's it. You're the blame. You did the Moz.
That's fine. I do not accept any Moz.
Did you just
Right?
fall off your chair? Because you sound like you're falling away from your
No,
microphone.
I had to stand up and let my cat out while I was hoping you would cover for me for a
that's
second.
it. You're back. You're back to normal.
Yeah, back to normal. It's all right. I had to stand up for a second.
009. Failure to hold brakes causing secondary issues
That
in an
is
incident.
for
Mark
Mark
Horton
out.
got himself another drive through.
Yep.
That's a shame. That hurts even more when you're down the
Yeah.
back there and you're trying to get out there and get your rhythm back.
To be fair,
But,
it's not going to make
I'm
much
gonna-
difference to his race, though, either. I mean, he's in P21, the only car left on track at the back end of the field.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt him too much. He'll still be starting there in the next race. It's just what it is.
Well, I've got my camera on your teammate, Shane Randall. And he's got Burridge and Will Buchanan. Will Buchanan sounds like a real world racer. Will Buchanan. Chasing him down as they're coming up the hill across the back.
Sounds like an oval racer's name, doesn't it?
It does. I was about to say that too. Visma is absolutely, really, like,
He's just a
good at
cut-off-
quality, and
just-
he's just consistent, and he's out there, and he's fast, and he's 4.4 seconds away in his own little world, and looks like he's just about to catch a back marker as well. So he's driving out of his skin tonight. Good to see him go.
Noble is all over John Gallen right now. I think apart from Lobby, I think Lobby and Visma are the two best drivers in the field right now based on their form in this race so far. They've both got great pace. They've both been driving very, very cleanly across the first 17 minutes. As
Noble's
Noble
having a go. He's having
goes
a go
up the
down the
inside,
hill.
Coleman's got P2 on the road, and Doble's gone through for P3.
Oh, did they both go off then? I couldn't quite see the camera disappear.
They did. They both ran it a bit too wide down at the Revartzes, and then that's how they've actually got past.
They've dropped down to 5 and 6 from second and third. What a place to do it with what, less than 2 minutes to go. Can we get a wider shot of that so people can see that?
This was down at the Revartzes. See if we can get a better shot. Here it is here. So Gallen runs
he
it way
locked up.
wide. There goes Noble. And up the inside goes Coleman, and Doble. It's like, we'll have that. Thank you very much. Thanks for the
Yeah,
podium.
they both locked up at the same place, just trying to go side by side. Maybe a little bit lack of confidence in that corner as well.
Well, I think Noble actually thought he was at fault for that because he has actually redressed it to John Gallen. That didn't look like it was Noble's fault. Gallen just locked it up through the corner.
Oh, they both locked up, but
Yeah.
I think in the end, Gallen didn't turn in left because you saw Noble was there, and Noble was going all the way to the boundary as well. So, you know what? Bit of gentleman racing, which is not a bad thing.
That's very, very true. We have a minute and a half left in this race. Anthony Visma is going to come up to line and start the final lap next time by up towards the Variante Alta. He has been ultra dominant so far since taking the lead of this race from John Gallen earlier in the proceedings. The mistake from Bruce Tannock has cost him this race, you'd have to argue, Sinker. At the moment, he's only one position behind that P10 slot, but he has got a bit of a gap up to it and will be Tannock.
Virtually, with the amount of time left, he's got Buckley's and none.
Yeah, I think he's going to be starting P11 in the next race, which, unfortunate for him, it seems, but I mean, that's just
It's
what
not a bad
happens.
thing, mate. It's not a bad thing. He can get on the back of Visma and follow his pace through. So that's not as bad. 11's okay. 12, 13, 14 is where you don't want to be. You want to be in that 11th, 12th role, so you've got the two fastest guys in front of you.
Final lap of this race now. The white flag has been flown. David Coleman trying to defend this P2 position from Brad Doble at the moment as they come through turn 2 and 3 up towards turn 4 and 5 now. A fast run for the final podium finishes. Visma's already around the corner. You see him in the foreground there of the shot. Up through 4 and 5. They look nice and tidy, but Coleman is having a cracking drive right now, and it is looking ultra clean and ultra consistent. We'll see if he can pull it off, and if he can do any better in race number 2.
Yeah, well, he's shown that he can make it through. He's up 7 places to get to that place. He's the biggest mover of the night so far, so he's done extremely well.
See as well, Troy Dooley has now gotten past Shane Randall and Chris Burridge. He's now up into P7 on the road. Noble and Gallen, they're in P5 and 6. Lob was another gainer off of their track extending excursion over the last lap. He's now up into P4 on the road. Anthony Visma, though, that's a car parked on the side of the road. That's Steve Vella. He's waiting for a tow, it seems.
It's not over. Lob has just caught up to these boys,
He has.
and he's He's going to make a crack in the last few corners. You know how fast he is and how he can brake as late as possible as well.
Round the Ravatsas now comes Anthony Visma for the final time in race number 1. He takes victory in the heat race to take a good chunk of points in this championship run. We've got Coleman, Doble and Lob in behind. Lobby, I reckon's copped a slowdown because he's backed right off him, but it's Coleman P2, Doble P3, Lobby in P4, then John Gallen makes up the top 5 with Noble and Dooley in behind. Randall takes the top 10 finish as well as Burridge and Buchanan and Tannick. We start from P11 in the next race.
Will Buchanan starting in pole position. Front row is Will Buchanan who's he race for?
I think it's Big Ball Racing or something like that.
Okay, so we've got Will Buchanan and Chris Burridge on the front rows for the feature. So this is going to be pretty cool. Oh, someone's going a bit.
That's Burridge.
Crazy.
He's having a bit of an expression session at the end of this.
Session.
Yep. That's what we like to call it, a good old expression session. Doesn't have to necessarily be a burnout or a drift. It can be one or the other or both, in fact. As,
wow, it's a great
around.
drifting there.
Oh, it's good. Hey, let's see if Mr. Oh, no, Tannick's towed back. He's not doing any drifting. Maybe he'll only do it for us if he wins the race. But, well, what a race by this bloke. I mean, you have to admit, he is looking feisty right now and looking super, super pacey around here. Lobby had some good pace, but Visma, I think... Oh, this is going to be an interesting battle between them, of course. Visma will be starting P10. Lobby will be starting P6, so it's going to be the chase down to the century over the next 40 minutes in race number 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And race control, if you are listening, we want the winners for the feature, the winner to be parked on the pole position spot. So we can get a nice 60 camera around all the way around him. Oh, who's going off there?
I'm not sure, actually. Was that Lobby?
The boys are still making their way back.
It was Coleman. He had a crash, but it was after the race.
Had a bit of a drifting session.
Yeah,
at least he kept it for after the race.
That's right.
Was completed. Yeah.
Well, that proves that he can only last 20 minutes, and I'd be worried because we got 40 minutes to come in the second race.
I know, yeah. And we've got 5 minutes left before we get out there. A bit of a quiet period. The boys will probably go out. Some boys will go out there and say, what the hell happened to me, and go out there and try to do some final adjustments. Yep. Harry Dodds, Chris Burridge. They'll go out and do their bit. If there's anyone you do want to see, please remind us as the show goes on. Barney's out there watching, no one out on track. As we can see the beautiful views of the countryside all the way around this track.
It's a beautiful little hillside area. Good old Bologna in Italy. Well known for some quality wines, of course. It is a wine region. As Burridge is continuing his drifting around this circuit, so more of an expression session now for Burridge. Dodds is just having a little bit of play with him out on track right now, which is good to see. So having a bit of fun out there. We'll see what they can do in race number 2, of course. Race 1, I mean, what a run there from Visma. He did so well to get up the front, and he just pulled away from the field. There was no catching him at that point. I think if Lobby had started pole, that would have been one hell of a fight for the win between them two. But we're going to get it front row and center now for race 2, as they're both going to be starting it towards the back end of the top 10.
Yeah, 100%. And looking at some of the other names that are going to be behind them, Crosby will be behind them as well. So it's going to be a hell of a race coming through the back of the pack.
Well, Burridge is out. Tannick is also now out there as well, having a bit of a run round this Autodromo Idino Enzo Ferrari, I think is the Italian name of this track. It's easier just to say Imola, but where does this rank? I mean, where does this, in terms of driving and watching Sincar? You asked me where this kind of ranks for me. Where does this rank for you? In maybe one ranking for the driving aspect, but also the viewing aspect as well. How does it rank for you?
I think it's beautiful for both. It really, you can really get some great angles out of it. There's the cameras are good. We've got the upgrades in there at the moment. How are you liking the upgrades?
Oh, it's very, very good. It's better than the old bog standard ones we were using for quite a while. So yeah. I can appreciate having those custom games.
I do like it. And there's like this particular angle here's a really good one because it's a tough corner coming up the hill as well. And as a driver, I do like this track, except that chicane. That chicane right there. I hate that chicane. I can never get it right. One day someone will teach me how to do it properly. I've got the bottom of the hill coming up the hill really good. I'm really fast through there, but I lose. It seems to be that chicanes is where I lose all my time. If any track's got a chicane, when most of them do, I will lose the majority of my time in that chicane.
See, I thought you were a chicane, Sinkovic.
Welcome to the desk, Barbs. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good timing, mate. Good timing. How was that
You want
session?
the winner of the feature race to complete their cool-down lap and park on the pit straight?
Let's
on
not claim that because they may not plan that for their strategy.
Yeah. I'll suggest that they do that if they can, but they're no longer
If they can
required
get
to
the-
have the fuel
the pole
for it.
position, because our camera does a full rotation around the car for the pole position.
I'll
That'd be
tell you what, I'll just get him to stop before he crosses the finish line. Is that cool?
Or get him to cross the line and just reverse back.
Yeah, well, I'll mention it. I can't make any promises.
All good, mate. All good. I know that the boys don't need to have enough fuel to make it all the way around, but it is what it is.
If they have it,
get them back.
Why not?
That's all good.
Okay.
That's all good. How is there out there, mate? Any pit lane starts for the feature?
There was going to be a pit lane start, but Michael Schroeder has left the session, so he just pulled over to the side and towed without permission, so he'll have to serve a pit lane start next round.
Okay. Well, that is what it is.
It is.
Any other issues out there tonight? There's a few net codes here and there that out of some of the contacts.
Yeah, a bit of action on lap 1. Nothing really untoward. A bit of netcode, bit of racing, bit of avoiding other incidents. Just the one incident where car 009 did not apply the brakes at all after he was spun into the wall and came
He
back
do
onto
it
the
sound
track.
pretty casinos in the F3, did he?
Well, I don't know. You can't see brake lights on an F3, but on a V8 supercar you can, and they were not on.
Anyway,
He had broken
that's not
globes,
too bad,
Barbs.
mate.
That was the problem. He had
Broken globes? Is
yeah.
that that's what he'll claim, but his wheels were spinning too.
Oh, there you go.
Broken bearings. That was the problem.
spin your
Broken
wheels
wheel
while you
bearings
brake.
as well.
Brake lights and bearings went. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Due
jump
for a
back into the
service.
race control box. Have a good call, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, have fun, mate.
Yeah.
Well, we've got that's it for the warm up or the warm down or whatever the boys want to call it out there. Expression session. The race will be starting in about 3 minutes, so quickly grab a drink. If anyone's thirsty like me and they've got a partner in the room that's working that might want to get you a drink because your throat's getting all croaky, by all means do.
Oh, that was a very subtle way of asking your partner to go get you a drink, Sinko.
The worst thing is she's got her headphones on, she can't hear you.
I don't have the luxury of a partner, so I took the opportunity while Barbs was in here to quickly run to my fridge and go get one. But starting grid for race number 2 will be as follows. It'll be Will Buchanan starting on pole position. Ahead of Chris Burridge in P2 on the road here tonight. Shane Randall, Troy Dooley, they make up the second row of the grid. Sam Noble and John Gallen, they make up the third. Darren Lobb, Brad Doble for P7 and P8, with David Coleman and Anthony Visman making up the top 10. The rest of the grid will be how they finished in race number 1. It'll be Bruce Tannick, Darren Crosby, ahead of Stacey Boyd, Andrew Cowan, Peter Pavlovic, Travis Daly, Dylan Gray, Shane Newens, Harry Dodds, Mark Houghton, Steve Vella, and then Michael Schroeder. But Mark Houghton has got a pit lane penalty. Does he have... Oh, no, he doesn't have a pit lane start. It's Michael Schroeder has a pit lane start for towing without permission in race number 1, correct?
Correct, and that'll be the next round.
Okay, very good. All right, so it'll be Mr. Buchanan on pole position. We finally get to use this camera since he's actually on the grid in the pole position. And he'll be the one to lead them away in race number 2, this time by... How do you reckon he's going to go off pole position, Sinker? Do you reckon he's going to be all right, or do you reckon he might bog this down?
I don't know Will well enough, to be honest. Look, if as long as he can get a clean start, he might get swamped. By look, you know, you got Sam Noble behind them, Troy Dooley, fast guys as well. So Burridge is no slouch. He needs to get a good launch off the line, and he won't get swapped. But I can see him losing about 3 or 4 by the first corner.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how it's going to go for Mr. Buchanan. The rest of the field, we wait a couple of cars to head out on the grid, including Darren Lobb, David Coleman, Andrew Cowan, Trav Daly, Shane Newens. Michael Schroeder is not in the session anymore, so it'll only be 21 cars in race number 2.
And the crowd's going wild behind them. Have a look at them.
Mate, the Tifosi love the supercars.
Yeah, they really come out in numbers and great to support them. Just like our viewers come out in numbers, thank you for supporting us. Please like and subscribe and hit that little bing notification button.
I have to give a massive shout out as well to all of our series sponsors, of course, our title sponsors, Warren Brown Tools, for their continued support of Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday events, as well as Cooler Master for coming on board the Super Formula Championship, and Shannon's at least continuing some of their support after having to cut back on one of the series. They at least continue the support of the Toyota GR86 National. So massive thank you to all those guys, as well as our other sponsors, DSL Rail Services, NeuroPower, Shunt Scenery and Groom Industries, the home of the V8 coffee table, where you can find it on Prime Videos, Top Gear Australia. But we only have a couple of seconds left until the lights go up and we go racing for race number 2 here tonight. 40-minute feature. Well, that's very good. We'll check him out throughout proceedings. Lights are up there. Let's go racing. Buchanan and Burridge on the front row. Randall and Dooley in behind. Who's going to get the jump through turn 1 as they get off the line nice and clean? Randall has rocketed off the start in behind Buchanan and is immediately putting the pressure on him here down towards turn 2. Are they going to keep it clean this time by there? Burridge takes the lead. Randall looks to go around the outside but can't quite get there this time by as they come on through for race 2. Randall, though, is looking pacey and he's already taken P2 from Buchanan as Visma's gone off track and Dooley did as well.
Still too wide trying to get through that corner. They haven't really filed into it. Oh, there's a bit of air coming through there, but no one seems to have spun it. Beautiful dive there. It looked like that was Dooley coming on the inside.
Oh, that was Tannick. That was Tannick. I'm trying to catch him. There he is there.
His bad luck's continued.
Massive damage on that mag and turbo machine. Lobby was at the back of the field. He started from the lane once again, but Burridge right now leads the way with Randall in behind in P2, Buchanan in P3. Has Tannick pulled this up, and is he going to have to tow back to pit, Sinker?
It looks like he has. The car looks pretty much like it's crawling, but I'll tell you what, on my cam down the bottom, Visma is going through, but good old Holman is already up 4 places. Done a terrific job there. Harry Dodd's up 8. Magnificent driving. We've got Visma on the bottom counter coming on the outside of Harry Dodd's. Dylan Gray, oh, Dodds, he's gone round. No, it's Gallen gone round.
That's Gallen to the wall.
With someone there.
Oh, Doble's trying to redress, and I've mentioned it before. I mean, Gallen's gone into the wall. Doble, he just needs to keep going at that point, unfortunately. It's nice that they want to be gentlemanly and try and redress, but
yeah,
we need to drill it in. It's only if you bump and run and they keep going. It's not if you just turn them and they absolutely barrage the wall.
It's there's no way of if you've got someone in the wall, don't readdress it. Just keep going. You've made a mistake. You made a mistake. That is what it is. You can say your sorries afterwards, but there's no way destroying your race completely. Try to keep moving.
Well, it can also just be dangerous as well because you can be moving at a slower pace and the whole field doesn't know what to do. Visma, Buchanan and Coleman 3 wide down towards turn 4. They're still 2 wide after picking off Will Buchanan. Visma and Coleman, they are going for sheep stations down there for P4 on the road. Oh, and Randall's gone round off turn 7.
Randall's gone. He's gone. He's sitting there. He's trying to find a spot to get back on, but the gap isn't quite there. That was Crosby behind there as well. Crosby's fighting with these boys. These boys behind Visma are having a sensational battle on the bottom screen. If you want to swap that to the top one, mate, it's all good. I'll rotate mine.
That's what I'm doing right now, Sinko. What I might do actually is
have the boys down the other section of the track. Here we go. They've got a battle of their own going. They're about 2 seconds behind Stacey Boyd. So what you've got is Visma, Coleman, Will Buchanan, Crosby, Cowan, Gray, Harry Dodds, Stacey Boyd, all in a big snake pit, fighting their way through, and they're trying to catch Noble and Burridge. Yeah.
So the battles are continuing on at the front of the field. It's been absolutely hectic off the start. Bruce Tannick is out of the session. He towed back to pits without permission. Unfortunately, he'll be in the same boat as Michael Schroeder. He'll be getting himself a penalty next time he joins us on track here on Sunday night.
Yeah, he's had a shocker of a night, unfortunately.
Oh,
look at that. Burridge just hit the fastest lap, and then straight after that, Visma just went bang, take that, with a 1:44.301.
Visma is just an astronaut at this point. He is rocketing through this field. Crosby's now picked off Buchanan. Buchanan's, though, not going to let him have it without a fight.
Oh, look at the bottom globs on the outside of that tackle. Is he going to come through? Oh, no, not quite, not quite. Poof. That was crazy. Lobby's making his way through. He's behind Troy Dooley. Now he's got around Troy Dooley.
Let's
I'll switch
check
that
out
around.
what happened to Bruce Tannock just quickly on lap 1. So he was in behind Buchanan. Nobles then had a big wiggle. Oh, and it was a big check up with Buchanan and nowhere to go for Tannock and into the wall. Oh, you hate to see it. That is just pure unluck from Bruce Tannock. And then this was John Gallen down at the Variante Alta, if it's going to actually show me. There it goes.
Mate, Darren Lobb is on fire. He has got some mega pace in his car, and he's just passed Brad Doble not too long ago. He's already pulled away by 1.8 seconds, and he's already catching Peter Pav. He was over 2 seconds behind him, and he's on his way. So the hunt on the bottom screen is Darren Lobb chasing the attacking pack in front, and he's already taken half a second off these boys.
So just to confirm, Bruce Tannock is actually still in the session. He has now left pit lane. It just means, unless race control gave him the permission to tow back, if they didn't, it means that he's likely going to get a penalty from them for towing without permission. He's not disqualified.
He's going to drive through for it.
Yeah. He's not disqualified. That was one thing that I used to always get muddled up. He won't get disqualified for that. Brad Doble's now in pit lane. The battle is continuing with the likes of
serving a drive through.
Yeah, for the contact with John Gallen as Buchanan's now under pressure from Dodds and Gray. Up into turn 2, bit of door banging between them. This is some great racing between these boys. Cowie's on the hunt for a couple of spots as well. He's going to sit behind these guys. 2 wide up towards turn 4. Are they going to be able to handle this? Yes, that's a good move there from Dylan Gray.
With the nose out. Yep, he's done it. That was a great bit of driving by Dylan Gray. Dylan's a great little driver. He just needs to get a bit of luck and a bit of patience going.
Yeah, he struggles through the racing through the field sometimes, you know. He actually, you know, we say he struggles driving through the field, but he doesn't. Sometimes drive through his other cars.
Peter Pav. He's on the back of Peter Pav on the bottom screen. He's diving on the inside. He's taken the inside line. He's pushed Pav out wide. Made it so easy and so clean. Whoa, that was crazy.
I swear Lobby just has a legal car at this point, as I think that was Stacey Boyd running it wide at the bottom.
I think you're right. Yeah, I was at the point. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see my hand.
Oh, yeah, like
Travis Daly's just gone off. He's done a bit of a wiggle. He's trying back on. He's got back on, and he's working his way through.
The other end of the field, though, his teammate leads in Chris Burridge, but Visma has now caught up to the back of him. So all of a sudden, Burridge has got massive pressure on board from the Accelerate Sim Racing machine of Anthony Visma as they come down towards the start-finish line to start lap number 5. 7 minutes into this 40-minute race. We expect pit stops to happen.
Galore.
Action galore. That's exactly right.
Tell you what, if Cowie's got a spotter now, the spotter will be going, Cone Brown, Lobby's on your ass, Lobby's on your ass. Because I tell you what, he's about to tear him one. Look at him go. He's taking the dive on the inside. Under brakes on the Cowie. Cowie staying out wide, giving him space. But Lobby's taking the front through, taking his nose and gone all the way through, clean as butter.
On board now with Cowie to see how easily he can keep up with Lob. Bit of picture-in-picture for you of this battle.
That's probably not a bad thing for Cowie.
It's probably not. Just hang on the back of him. See if you can.
Yeah, hang on the back, man. Just hang on with your teeth, your nails,
or just
toes crossed, whatever you got to do.
And just see if you can, pick where his braking markers are. See if you can, hit them yourself and learn. Exactly right. Calf 953 drive-through penalty contact on lap 2. That is going the way of Sam Noble. So that will drop him out of the top 5 and to the back of the field, unfortunately for him.
We are at 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and Darren Lobb is 2.21 seconds off the back of Dylan Gray. Let's see how much it takes him to go. We're on lap 5, 8:21.
Yep.
8:21. Let's see how long it takes him to get in under the second. He's on absolute fire.
Well, we'll see how long it takes him to actually get past Dylan. I mean, Dylan's no slouch. He's a talented operator. Burridge is now getting passed by Coleman. Coleman has made an overtake on track.
Oh, nice work there by Coleman. Yep.
Coleman has found
a great little move.
Oh, it was.
Last corner.
Yeah, that was at the Ravazza.
That is not an easy place to make a pass, mate, especially as you're coming down that hill, trying to maintain pace through that double left-hander. He's done a great job.
This is how he did
This
it under
break point
brakes.
here is absolutely killer.
Burridge has done well to
Great
know
job.
he's there. Just let him have it.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal move by Coleman. He's just found another gear tonight, has Coleman.
Lobby's just oh, what happened then?
Crosby's gotten
Lob
past
and-
Lobby. Has he had a slowdown maybe?
No, Lobby's just gone past Cowan. We saw that.
Has Crosby
But he's on the back of
Oh, Gray's gone past,
Gray's past
Crosby.
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, as did Dodsey as well.
Yeah, but he's already under a second to Crosby, and Crosby he's already a second and a half back to Gray. Steve Banks, let's go Dodsey. How is Dodsey doing? Where's he gone now? He's up 15 places. He is our biggest mover tonight. He's gone 15 places, but he's in a bit of he's got nearly 3 seconds to Burridge, but Dylan Gray's putting the pressure up behind him. That's what we have on the bottom screen, or we did have.
Well, it's on the main screen now, to be fair.
On the main screen now?
Yep.
I will switch it around. I'll go to Cowan.
Yeah, I was going to say either Cowie or even the battle at the
No,
back.
go to Vella.
I was going to say, Vella with
that. Back of it had a bit of a shout for a while, and they've got a great little battle going.
Vella, Randall, Gallen, and Daly, they're in a tight little battle pack down there.
Yeah.
As Gray's trying to get it done up the inside of Dodsey,
God.
gets it done at the Ravazza.
Oh,
Lobby's
nice,
looking to come
dude.
through too. Bit of David Coleman about that one by Gray there.
Lob has just followed Gray through and not given Dodsey the space to get back onto his line, and done that excellently.
He's taken that
988.
position.
Ooh. Actually, Dodsey's just called in 981. If they could have a look at that, I'm not sure there was much in it there, mate. But racing.
No, it might be his drive-through maybe. He had a he had a
981.
drive-through. Yeah, he had a drive-through last race. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about Harry Dodds here. Yeah. So the fighting on top screen and bottom screen is going like crazy. Boys are fighting everywhere. Great little top shot there of Darren Lobb slowly chasing down Dylan Gray. I shouldn't say slowly because he's doing it very fast. He's already down 4 tenths on them.
It's taken him 2 laps to get underneath the rear wing of Dylan Gray.
Yeah.
The question now is how long will it be till he gets up to the back of Chris Burridge?
Well, I don't know, but look at Coleman. Coleman's got himself 2 seconds off Visma.
I reckon Coleman and Burridge are fuel saving right now. I know Visma's got some pace, but I reckon they're fuel saving.
What did we have on Tuesday night? We had lap.
It'll be between the 15
minute.
It'll be between 15 minutes and probably 33 minutes at the most.
So we had I believe it was lap 11, and lap 15 was the window for Tuesday night. Oh, we've had a spinner there. Pavlovich looks like was it Pavlovich rotated round?
Yeah, it was. Next we'll be coming up towards Variante Alta. Oh, he just didn't know he was there. He wasn't up far enough to make the move. He was on the outside line. We'll see what Race Control says about that one. I don't know if there's much in it, to be honest with you. That one, yeah, I don't know. That's a bit weird, but
here we go.
Lobby up the inside of Dylan Gray, gets the job done, takes that P4 on the road, and now looks to chase down Chris Burridge in P3 a little bit further up the road from him now.
Bella has got pressure. 2 tenths to 2 tenths behind him. Randall and Gallen are all the way all over him, and he's maintained it all the way through nicely. That's a great little battle pack going across there.
So many little battles occurring in this race. We'll check back in with Lobby a little bit later as we have Mark Houghton on the back of Stacey Boyd and Troy Dooley at the moment for P10 on the road. This is the battle for the back end of the top 10.
Screen.
Oh, was that Gallen running it wide? It was.
Yep, he's taking it real wide, and he's let 2 cars through there. He's lost to Travis Daly and to Shannon Randell.
Oh, Gallen just losing out here. He's just struggling on the Sunday nights. He has such good runs on the Tuesday, and all of a sudden on Sundays, it's like it just goes tits up for him. You hate to see it because he's such a nice guy, and you only want him to drive as best he can.
There's a little bit difference in level of drivers, so it's going to take him. I'm telling you right now, by round 5, he's going to be up with the pace and with the movement of the other cars, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, well,
He'll be up the pointy end again.
we can only hope at this point, as Houghton is still under pressure right now from Troy Dooley into the Revatzes. We are 14 minutes into the session, about to click over to 15. Don't be surprised if we see some early pit stops happening, a bit of an undercut strategy for some drivers. They will be giving up, though, the tyre wear for later in the race if they were to come in now. But sometimes you've got to roll the dice to see what you can get out of it. And well, I think if there's going to be a safety car in the next 5 minutes, I think everyone will be coming into the pit lane.
Oh, 100%. You'd want to be around there. But I reckon lap 11, we'll start to see some guys coming through.
Look at that battle in the bottom corner. There's contact with Randall. Who was that with? Was that with...
I don't know. Who was that with?
I'll get the
that was Gallon.
I'll get the replay going for that one.
That was Gallon.
How's this happened with them? So down into... this was back at turn... So this is when they ran it wide.
It's a slow down right now, as we can see.
So was this it here?
It's not that bit. It's further on.
Here we go. Turn...
Oh, they're going too wide.
This was past it. I've got to be able to find this now. This will be it here as their battle continues. Here we go. This is it now. This is it down towards turn 1, 2. So they came through. There we can see Randall on the inside line, Buchanan on the outside. Through the corner. Has Buchanan clipped his rear wheel?
No, he's got the space there. There's air
there's
there.
big old net code between them. A massive net code.
Yeah, that's a big net code. But look at Gallon. He's launched himself into the side of Troy Dooley then, and they both maintained pace. And I think Troy Dooley got the best result out of that. He got all the way up to the back of Mark Horton. So the boys are doing great battling in that pack there. The 5 cars there are going crazy.
Well, it seems that Daly's now picked off Vela, and then Randall is now back in behind him. They've got Noble on the back of this battle as well. Let's go check out some of the other battles up the field. Gray, well, he's been left for dead by Darren Lobb at the moment, hasn't he? And Lobby's already on the back of Chris Burridge. We're only at lap 10.
Yeah. And Coleman is like he's three seconds off Visma, but he's got a whole full nearly 2 seconds on Burridge. So Coleman is saving fuel right now as well. We're at lap 10. We've got one more lap, and they'll start folding in. We saw lap 11 was the first of the pitters on Tuesday night. So these guys are driving a little bit harder, but also saving probably a little bit better. So I'm predicting lap 12 for the first of the pit stops.
We may also go a lap longer tonight based on the pace of the field as well, Sinker. We have to remember that. So that's always one thing we have to think about. Visma's pace, I'm not 100%. I can't remember we need to take note of that actually, what the pace of the leader is on the Tuesday, and then compare it on the Sunday, because that'll give us a better mindset of
fuel strat.
Yeah, fuel strat. If they're going to go a lap longer, obviously if there's safety cars involved, that's a bit harder to predict. But if they were green throughout the whole thing, would they go a lap longer? I think that's one thing we can start to implement. On board now with Lobb as he tries to chase down Chris Burridge in towards the Revatzes. We'll see if any of them are going to go early. I think Lobby goes long here, fuel saving as much as possible to get the shortest amount of fuel into that car for the end of this race.
Yeah, I think he will too as well, mate. He's actually come up 20, like 18 places. It says 3 on the thing, but he started from the pit.
Yeah, he started from the pit lane, so he is realistically the biggest mover of the night. It won't say that on the gain, but he has made the most overtakes more than anyone. Gain on the gain. With an N.
On the gain, the gain. I thought you said game.
No, I'm saying gain because that is what it is listed as on the timing tower data.
He'd be up about 16 places.
He'd be up 16.
Yeah. Doing really well. And he's also just set the fastest lap 2 laps ago with a 1:43.807. And his lap times are right up there with these boys that he's caught finally. So he's right where he should be at the moment. He's a 1:44.825. Burridge is an 8:20. Coleman 8:86. So they're all the same sort of pace at this point.
We've got Cowie at the moment. He's trying to chase down Darren Crosby. Both these guys into the top 10. Of course, Crosby, a former Pro-Am champion on the Tuesday nights. Cowie was last season's Sunday Pro-Am champion. So a couple of former Pro-Am champions battling it out here on the Sunday nights now that we are in an open class field. Of course, Tuesdays we have split 1, split 2. Crosby is covering the inside.
Beautifully there.
He has. Crosby immediately defended the inside, or he's squeezing into the absolute edge of track limits.
Nice. That was good.
Oh,
Saved
Cowie's
on both.
lit it up though on the exit. And that's,
he did.
That corner, I know Cowie, he hates that corner.
Oh, look at the boys at the bottom screen.
Oh, my God.
They just made that under brakes. Who was that in the back car? That was one
Randall.
of your boys, Randall.
Yeah.
Just got the brakes pulled up in time. And look how close they are. Is it going to come down the hill? He's making a dive on the inside. Is he going to get it? Gallen's having a look. He's got to pull out and tuck in behind him.
Oh, a bit of a lock-up. They're very, very lucky not to run it off track there. Inboard now with Randall's car. Ahead of him, he's got Gallen who's trying to line this up.
He's in the
Randall's brought
pits.
it
We
in.
have activated pits.
We have.
Morton, Dooley, Travis Daly, all in the pits. We were correct.
Troy Dooley as well.
Lap 12, yep.
Yep. So they've gone early. Gallen's now got that move done on Vela as they come in towards turn 2. Under brakes. Vela, big old gain under brakes there. Gallen's car just looked way unsettled under brakes.
We missed Sab Noble going in, but was that for a drive-through, wasn't it? Yes, it was a drive-through.
Yeah, that was a drive-through.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Lap 10 was a genuine pit stop.
Okay, cool.
Because he's had a pit stop
Didn't he have
time.
a drive-through as well?
Yeah, but that was earlier in the race. So if it was a drive-through,
Okay.
there would be no
wouldn't have
time
caught-
on the data. Yeah. So as we see right now, Vela is tucked up in behind Gallen here. I'm seeing Lobby. It's saying so he started in the pits, right? It's claiming his pit stop time was 9 seconds off the pit lane start. Has that let him put fuel in the car?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all right.
No, I think he just wasn't. He just wasn't ready. He just wasn't ready. But we did miss him passing Dylan Gray, and he's worked his way up now, and he's slowly catching up Dave Coleman now. So he's 1.3 off Coleman. Anthony Bismar is in. Anthony Bismar is in.
He is. Lobby. He offset Gray about 4 laps ago. We did catch that. It's the fact that he's actually offset Burridge, and Gray has also now offset Burridge as well.
Let's see where Bismar goes.
So he's
Cowan's
back
gone
P6.
in. Buchanan's gone in.
Coleman now leads the race, although he has a fast approaching Darren Lobb right now. I think the benefit of Lobby going long on this stint now is he's going to have clean air, and he will go either, whatever comes first, he'll go either until he catches blue flag cars, that's when he'll come in, or he'll go until the tank is literally like coughing to the pit lane. Like
I'm going to switch my camera to Visma,
so
we can see when these boys at the top pit, because they're not going to be too long, and we'll be able to see what the difference is on the race itself.
Lob up the inside, too wide through turn 9.
He spun it.
Has he?
Yeah, he held it. Cold tires. He nearly went wide on the chicane, but he just held it. Oh, Lob has gone past David like he was standing still then.
He has. David tried to fight it, but he didn't quite have the pace through 9 and 10.
But both these boys are going to need to pit.
So will Gray, so will Burridge.
Lob has done Coleman a bit of a favour here, because he can tuck in behind him now and probably go for another lap, because I don't think Lobby's going to come in yet. I'm thinking Lobby's going to come in for not this lap, the next one.
No, I reckon Lobby goes to the half an hour. He's going to go as long as possible. Oh, am I wrong? I'm wrong. Lob's in the pits.
Got in.
Yep, he's just gone in.
All right, let's see where I've got my bottom screen. I've got Visma tangling up behind. Who is that he's behind? Peter Pav. Peter Pav's slowing him down a bit. He's right up the back of him. He's rubbed his nose into his exhaust.
So there's Lob.
Pav is not giving him a second of space at all. There's no room at all. And Vismar's taking the inside line across the third last corner as he comes to the...
So Lob is still on the jacks. Lob has just dropped off the jacks. And now comes up towards the exit. Here comes Visma. They're going to be side by side on exit. Surely Lobby has actually got it ahead of Visma, but will Visma have the pace down towards turn 2 to get this done? He does. That is how close they are, Sinker, and that is how much Darren Lobb gained on Visma. And you know what? It was the time that Visma was stuck behind Pavlovich that cost him.
Yeah, 100%. Pavlovich has cost him that top spot, but I tell you what, Lob was 4 seconds plus. Coleman was 4 seconds plus in the back of Lob, back of Visma early on before we went in, so he's done well. But Coleman's still out there, so Coleman's the next one we're going to watch the pit. So what I might do is switch my camera off to Coleman.
Yep.
And we'll be able to see where he goes and what he does.
If you have the custom cameras loaded, pit lane 1 is the better pit lane camera.
Okay. I don't. We'll do that another night.
Yep.
But he's got, he'll be there. I'll just switch to camera 3. That's the longer one.
Yep.
And let's see if Coleman goes in. I've got him on the bottom screen. Coleman's going in. Get him on the bottom screen. He's in. Oh, so is Dylan Gray behind him as well. Followed him in as well.
Yep.
So here goes. Here go the boys on the top. Where's Coleman going to come out? How much fuel is he going to need? How long is he going to be on the jacks? Visma was on the jacks for 20.52 seconds. Lob was only 16.9 seconds. So Lobby made a great deal of fuel saving there that he didn't need to fill up for.
Lobby was on the jacks by the time Visma was coming through Variante Alta. So Visma's going to come past Coleman, I think. And I think Lobby is as
Here
well.
We go. Coleman's moving. Coleman's off the jacks.
Yep, it was a similar time. He's out. He might come out in the lead. We'll see. But the they're coming past him. There they go there. There's Coleman. Here they come through. That's the lead of the race for Anthony Visma. Darren Lobb P2. Coleman's in P3. Gray's in P4.
Done well. Done really well. Dylan Gray's got himself back in a killer position as well. He's got himself back into 4th place. So he's done really well after recovery of his first heat.
This was a moment with Stacey Boyd. I have not seen him move since this incident has happened. It was a big moment through Variante Alta. No, that's okay. He kept on going. I was worried that he might have been parked up against the wall and, well, needing a tow and causing a safety car.
Just pitted as well. They're the last of our pit stops. I'll tell you what, Darren Lobb is about to go for it here. He is putting pressure on Visma like you would not believe. Lobby is just set a 143.807.
JP, nothing's happened to Cowie. He pit. So he's actually he's on P7 on the road at the moment. He's done well. He's into the top 10.
He's done well. He's up 7 places following Crosby.
Yep, and there he's about 1.6 seconds off the back of him, so he could still catch him. He's been showing better pace than Crosby tonight. May only be a matter of time until he gets up to the back of him. But right now, Sinker, this is the 1v1 we've been waiting for here tonight. Lobb and Visma, the two best cars on track tonight. And honestly, I think Coleman has definitely been the 3rd best. He's been incredible so far. But this is the 1v1 we've been waiting on. Visma and Lobb, they're going to have about 13 minutes to battle this out for the lead of this race. But right now, Visma looks to have the pace over Lobb. And I don't know if Lobby can do anything. I mean, he's been making it look easy on some of the other competitors. But Visma may be the whole other challenge for him here at the front of the field for this win.
Yeah, and Coleman's sticking with them as well, so he's no slouch. He's sitting there in 7/10 all the way through. Three of these boys are pulling away from Dylan Gray. Dylan Gray was in the same pit strategy as Coleman, and he actually was on the jacks for nearly a second less than Coleman. So these boys have pulled away nicely from him very quickly.
Well, it's a major push moment now for Anthony Visma. He's got Darren Lobb in behind him, chasing him down. Through turn 7 they come now, on board with Lobb as he tries to challenge for this win. He has started from the pit lane in both races. He managed to get himself up into P4 in the last race. He's now P2 in race 2. So he has been the biggest move of the night by far as he tries to chase down Anthony Visma for this win. It's an all-or-nothing main event level clash between Anthony Visma and Darren Lobb. Who can take maximum points while Scott Gamble and Rehan Leonage are away? Well, it looks like it's going to be one of them two, but as you mentioned, Coleman's no slouch. He's going to be right for the picking to pick up those crumbs if either of these guys make a mistake, and as long as he can keep it clean for the next 10 minutes.
The battle down the back is starting to heat up there with Travis Daly just passing Mark Horton. Great little move he's just made, and then Stacey Boyd's behind them, so 3 of these boys having a great little ding-dong here, but Daly is pulling away from them already and hunting down Horton. Buchanan.
Yeah, they're having a spicy little battle for P10 on the road. Houghton's been there the whole race, so has Boyd as well, so They're continuing their battle. Lobby's got the run on Visma, though, down towards turn 2. He's going to line this up on the inside of the first hard braking zone. And this crash on this track, they've come door to door. And he's had to pull out of it. Very lucky not to end up both of them off the track. But Lobby is hungry for this, and Visma's not going to give it up without a fight. That is for sure.
Lobby's had many of the drivers in that very corner tonight and had it very easy through there, and Visma's thought, not me tonight, buddy, not right now.
Up through turn 7, Visma has to survive another 11 and a half minutes to be a race winner once again in SRW. He did so well in race 1. He took the win.
Visma needs to be very careful because as Lobby gets in under him, Coleman's ready to follow Lobby through.
That's right.
So if he gets him out of position, gets him out wide, gets him on a corner, Coleman is ready to go and follow Lobby through, and he could cost him 2 spots.
Lobby also has to be careful, though, because if he makes a move and it doesn't pay off, Coleman's going to be right there to take the position from Lobby as well.
Yep, he's waiting for it.
Up to Variante Alta now, 10 minutes to go, Sinker. And Visma is still leading this race. They both had a big old slide through there. The battle for this win is separated by less than 0.6 of a second right now. The top 3 are battling for this win. It's going to be a triple threat contest for the final 10 minutes. Visma, Lob and Coleman. Who's going to take the top step and who is going to claim victory here tonight for race 2 of round number 3 of season 3 of 2024. Visma crosses the line, lap 18, 9.5 minutes to go. And it's anyone's game right now, Sinker, and any of them can win this race.
Oh, 100%. I've just changed the bottom camera down to John Gallon, Shane Randell and Brad Doble. These guys are having a great little fight across there. The fight we were watching earlier with Travis Daly and Mark Horton and Stacey Boyd tapped out a little bit. The boys had too much of a gap.
As this top 3 battle is continuing on through 4 and 5. Lobby's had a great run through there onto the back of Anthony Visma. Coleman is laying in wait. He's hoping for a mistake from either of them. As they come up through turn 7 now, it is maximum pressure moments like this that make or break a driver. They claim that pressure creates diamonds, and it's up to Anthony Visma if he wants to become a precious gem or a broken piece of useless glass on the side of the road. He has to survive this one. It'll make his season if he can get this done. The double on a sprint. What more could you ask for? Lobby, he's done everything he can do, Sinker. He made it up to P4 in race number 1 from the pit lane. He starts from the pit lane in race 2, and he's already up to P2 on the road. He has to get this done on Visma if he wants to maximise these points while his challengers are away in Gamble and Leonage.
Also got to be very, very careful because it can quite easily wheels fall off and then end up 10 places down. So these boys are fighting like crazy. Lobby's actually, you just saw the brakes then light up a little bit earlier. He's anticipating the braking in front of him, trying to get the extra, brake a little bit earlier and get the foot down a little bit harder.
He's trying to show a bit of patience as Darren Lobb. He's using all of the next 8 minutes to plan his attack on Anthony Visma. He's looking after these tyres. He's looking after his fuel. He may wait till there's 2 laps to go to put this pressure on him for the win of this race. Visma covers the inside at turn 2 from Lob. He tries to go for the over-under. Lobby gets underneath him here. They're 2 wide through 2, and Lobby's taking the lead.
And here goes Coleman as well.
Coleman's on him right now for P2 on the road. He's flashing the lights. He didn't like the blocking by Visma. Wanted it up the inside. Wasn't quite there, though. Now, Lobby, he's the one under attack. He's the one who is the prey from the predator. That is Anthony Visma now at turn 7. The battle is on for the lead of this race. They're swapping and changing positions like it's nobody's business, and it's anyone's game, as I mentioned. Lob leads the way. Visma P2, Coleman P3. And if they have it coming together, Dylan Gray will be licking his lips to take a free podium position.
Tell you what, that last lap, Coleman's shown he's got the pace, and he's going to be on there on the back of Visma all the way through now. All there's going to be is a little bit of an error here or there. He's ready to pounce on Visma.
As we go to a little bit of a wider shot, this is the game plan right now. It is 0.5 of a second that separates P1 back to P3. It's a tight little triple stack sandwich as they come through Variante Alta this time by. Lobby leads to Visma to Coleman. You can feel the pressure. You can't pick who's going to win this thing.
Okay. We've got a request here. 99 is to readdress the position to Anthony Visma for that pass. It was deemed to be a bump and run or some sort. So now he has to readdress that. Lobby has actually had a word back to race control, and race control has said a warning for complaining under the...
Oh, there's there's contact with Coleman and Lobb, and they've gone off the track. Coleman's in the wall. Gray's going to take the podium position. Coleman tried to take advantage of Lobby having to slow up, and it has absolutely ruined his racing car. Heart in your mouth stuff. And I was going to say...
He's still in fourth. He's dropped to fifth. But
no, that car's
what happened
broken.
there? What happened there? They just...
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you can even get anyone's fault for that. It just happened so quick, and there was 3 wide. Oh, man.
So you see this here, they're 3 wide. Oh, it's just a little bump. There was a little bump from Coleman.
Or was it?
Yeah, it was a little bump from
Darren
Coleman.
closing the door?
I don't know. It's so hard to call. It's got to be race control's decision on that one. They're going to look
right
at it
now.
Yeah.
Race control's reviewing it.
Oh, I was going to mention as well, a bit of controversy, a bit of spice on it. That then, it makes you question, can Lobby really do it? But all of a sudden, it's down to a 1v1. It's down to Visma. It's down to Lobb. Lobby would have been spitting at himself in the car that he had to give up the lead of that race after trying to get it for so long. And now...
And on top of that, Tanak's gone past at the same time as Coleman, and he's asked for a readdress, not a readdress, the re-entry, to have a look at that as well.
Oh, you hate to see it. He was having one hell of a run, was David Coleman, and your heart breaks for him at this point. No, it's not. I'm not claiming that.
You mozzed him earlier on, mate. I told you you mozzed him.
I do not claim that at all. That is... they might deem that as Darren Lobb's fault. Who knows? And then I haven't mozzed him.
Look, that'll be 2 in a row for Lobby. He got one last round too, didn't he?
He did indeed. It's tough, but I mean the 1v1, it's still on. 4 minutes to go.
It's going to happen. Look how close the racing is. Look how close these boys race. We're talking 2 tenths to 3 tenths apart. It's bound to have some contact here, and the pace these boys are going, it does not take much to throw the car out of balance.
It doesn't.
Here we go.
Oh, Barbs is over the radio. What's he saying?
Well, it's going to be investigated after the race because it's a lot more complex than what it looked on screen, as I imagined. They have to look to see car position, track position, who moved across, who didn't move across. And they're going to be taking a lot of things in that aspect, and that'll be a spicy one, a spicy conversation tonight, I'd say, as well as on Monday night.
This will get picked apart more than a cob loaf at a party. I mean, you cannot really do it off a one-time viewing or off even a 2-time viewing. There's so many little details they have to go through. But right now, Anthony Visma, he is under maximum pressure. He's been ultra dominant. He was dominant in race 1, and now he's getting challenged by Lobby. They've got Tanak in front of them who moves out of their way. Coleman's had to tow, unfortunately. But now the top 2 battle it out for the lead of this race. 0.3 of a second is the gap for Darren Lobb and Anthony Visma. Into the Ravatsas now. 3 minutes to go for Darren Lobb to get this done, and he has to get it done as cleanly as possible. He cannot afford to give up the lead once again due to a penalty. But right now he has the tow, he has the run. He's going to try and line this up at turn 2. You can almost taste it, Sinker. You can taste it. He's hungry for this. And we're licking our lips in awe right now because this is one of the best battles we've had all season. As he's going to try and line it up on the outside.
Oh, he's trying to go the outside this time. No.
Oh, there's contact with him. No, they both had across the grass. They're 2 wide, still up through turn 3.
It's not over. It's not over. Oh, no.
Bit of contact with him.
He's held it. He's held it. Has he got him under brakes? He has got him under brakes.
Yes, he's let him go. He's let him have it back.
He's let him have it back. I'll tell you what, the Lobby's asked to have a review of that on the comms, but the battle down the bottom of the screen has gone. Oh, Travis Daly has gone in the pits again.
Oh, well, that ruins that one.
Yeah, that was a great little fight I had there watching those boys.
So Visma has now run away from Darren Lobb, who is questioning some of the morals of that little tussle they have between each other in the first sector of this track. We can't comment on it too much. We only really had one view of it, and we were inside the car for turn 2. We may have a look at it after the race, possibly, if we get an opportunity to, but Anthony Visma leads the way, 0.8 of a second. He's got a minute and a half to go. It'll be one more lap. 23 laps we would have completed in this race, Sinker. It's not over just yet for Lobby, but he has to try and get on the back of him for a final lap dash.
Gray has been the winner out of all this, up 14 places, and gets himself a podium place after his disastrous first heat. And Harry Dodd's up 15 places into 4th place, so some crucial positions there. Darren Crosby up 7 places in 5th, and Andrew Cowan up 8 places in 6th, so great driving there.
Mark Houghton's up 12 positions as well into P8. Yeah. He's done incredibly tonight. Only 2 drivers inside the top 10 have dropped positions, those being Troy Dooley and Sam Noble.
The last instance between Lobby and Visma on that bit of argy-bargy we saw is going to be investigated after the race as well.
It's tough.
So
it's
we
tough
will have
to not
a provisional.
Have it. We will.
We will have a provisional top 3 steps.
Yep, as we always announce it, it's always provisional until you know the race report comes out, of course, until all tickets are filled in. But right now, Anthony Visma is provisional leader of this race. Lobby is in behind. Maybe they both cancel each other out and Visma just gets it. Who knows? But they come up the hill towards turn 9 for the final time. Gray's lurking in the background. Lobby's all over the back of Visma right now. Does he have a lunge into the Ravatsas? We'll have to wait and see as they come down to the bottom of the hill. Lobby's now got this gap out to less than 0.3 of a second. Up towards Variante Alta. They come. Lobby shoot the half and up the inside at the bottom of the hill. It's a drag race up towards the chicane. Lobby's got the lead from Anthony Visma all of a sudden. And now the pressure's on Lob. He ran it wide. He had to give it up. But now the pressure's on Lob, and I don't know if Visma's going to have this.
He hasn't. Lobby's got the confidence of anything. He's already pulled away 5/10, 6/10, so he's just got to do a clean exit through this. There's no way he's going to be able to catch him. He's not close enough.
Through the final Ravatsa now for the final time after through controversy, chaos, and unbelievable battling. Darren Lobb is going to cross the line. P1 on the road tonight for DPR. It'll be Anthony Visma P2 for Accelerate Sim Racing. And Dylan Gray comes home in P3 after picking up the crumbs of Coleman's incident.
Woo. I tell you what a night. What a night. This has been some amazing close racing. And unfortunately, we've got 3 incidents they're going to review after this. So these top 2 boys could not maybe even finish in the top 2.
Dylan Gray might have a win next to his name if they get a penalty. I mean,
so either of them might miss the top 2 steps. It could be Dylan Gray, Harry Dodds, and Darren Crosby on Tuesday night.
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, the final results will be released once the tickets and everything has been reviewed Monday night. Yeah. By the race control and the committee as well. The race control will review it tonight. If any tickets are raised, they'll be reviewed on Monday. So our final results will be after tickets are reviewed. But what a racing! That was probably one of the best finishes we've had since Daytona of this season. That was absolutely incredible. Yeah. Just unbelievable. And both of our best finishes of the season have come with controversy and chaos and questioning, as they always do. You know, it's provisional until the end.
It's no different to real world racing.
That's
it
right.
Really is no different to real world racing. It's what people watch racing for. It's the stories behind the scenes. You know, the incidents that happen. Yeah, we don't like them to happen, but you know what? It's racing. You're talking about individuals with different car setups, different perspectives on tracks, and all wanting that same bit of bitumen. You know, that racing line they're all fighting for. And it happens, and you know what? Sometimes it's a bit messy. Sometimes it comes across really clean and really well.
Lap 22,
99 and 6 no further action.
Yeah, that's Lob and Visma. So that was the second last lap. That was the second last lap. That was the incident.
Second last lap.
I believe through turn 2 and 3, quite possibly. But provisional feature race results up on your screen now for round 3 of season 3 of 2024. Darren Lobb takes the win against Anthony Visma and Dylan Gray. For the podium finishes here tonight, it'll be Harry Dodds, Darren Crosby for the top 5, then Andrew Cowan, Troy Dooley, Stacey Boyd, Sam Noble, and Mark Houghton for the top 10. We then have John Gallen, Brad Doble, Shane Randall, Steve Vella, Travis Daly making up the top 15. Then back to Will Buchanan, Peter Pavlovic, And then David Coleman and Bruce Tannock. Chris Burridge never finished this
Tannock
race.
is on his beautiful spot doing a burnout.
Oh, very good. That's wait, Tannock's on his spot. What do you mean Tannock's on his spot?
I mean, Lob was on his spot. He's just moved off that spot.
Well, we'll follow him round and see him get to that position in just a moment.
Oh, he was on that position. He stopped there and he did a burnout and drove off it.
Oh well, that's all right. That's okay. Thank you, Stephen. We're so glad you had a great time watching. That was a fantastic. I had an absolute pleasure calling that. That was unbelievable racing.
Yeah, it was good. I feel like I've done a workout.
I think well, my dad will be happy. I'm probably not going to talk very much tomorrow now, just to rest my voice after that, because that was some wild racing between those boys at the front of the field.
I'm hearing the boys out there giving each other some props and thanking each other for racing and that. So it was a great battle. A few incidents here and there. I feel for Coleman. He really had some awesome pace tonight. He was really up there, and I top three was definitely on the cards for him tonight. It was unfortunate that little waggle down the straight happened, but it is what it is. That's racing, yeah.
That's exactly right, mate. That is racing. What we'll do is, though, we have our podium finishers waiting to come into the green room. So we will start off by dragging in Mr. Dylan Gray for DK Motorsports in P3 here tonight. Dylan Gray, congratulations to you on a P3. Came to you at the behest of David Coleman spinning out a couple laps towards the end, but you had to put your car in P4 to get it up into P3 and take advantage of those moments. A quality podium finish for yourself, and the first, I believe, on Sunday nights for DK Motorsports, if I'm correct.
Yeah, first, because last season one where I came second behind Dikey didn't technically count for the team.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on your first team podium performance for DK Motorsport and for yourself this season. An incredible drive from yourself. You did well coming through the field, and that's what we love to see from you, Dylan, because we know you've struggled with that in the past, but it looks to be on the ups for you. You had some good pace out there tonight, but you just couldn't match those top three until obviously Coleman got spun round, but you had to drive it clean, and you did so. It was a classy race from yourself. Bit of unluckiness in a bit of poor luck in race one, but race two was where it all came together for you. So a good chunk of points for you going forward.
Yeah, that's the main thing. More points, which is good, and that taking advantage of having the fast guys away doing scops, which is the main thing. I think what let me down is not doing the laps like last week because of doing Friday nights with scops. I was mainly worried about that one instead of tonight, because I thought tonight would have been tomorrow like last season.
Oh, that's all right though. It's it all came together in the end for you. You know, you got a positive podium for yourself. We have Spa next week, a big challenge. It's a similar track style to this one. Are you feeling somewhat confident for that for next Sunday night after having such a positive performance here at Imola for round 3?
I think Spa will be literally just survival again. Limit the off tracks. Like I think race 2, I was almost at the Islington point limit for the drive through. I was just pushing it too hard, getting the off tracks, trying to catch the front guys, and that. But I think Spa will literally come down to strategy, for the podium and all that.
Well, hopefully the strategy comes together for you, and you can figure out the pieces of the puzzle that need to come together. You've had a good run here tonight. Hopefully this is going to be some good momentum for you leading into the rest of this season. Let us know who helps get you and DK Motorsport out on track, and if you want to give a shout out to anybody else, you're more than welcome to do so.
Big shout out to GeForce Gaming sponsor Suit Speed, and our new sponsor High Octane Images, who did the fantastic livery for us. I think it was for the start of for the new season, and that. So hopefully it keeps on going the way it is.
Very good, mate. Well, best of luck for Spa next week. Hopefully the cards fall in your favour, and hopefully we can have a chat once again with you on the podium. If not, best of luck for the rest of the season afterwards.
Hopefully I do make it to Spa, because I've got race car getting re-dynoed for the next round and all that.
Oh, mate, hopefully we see you on track. If not, best of luck next time we do see you on track with us here on Sunday nights.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, mate. All right, Sinker, that's dragging Mr. Anthony Visma in P2. Lobby's taken his sweet-ass time to join us here tonight. We'll see
He
if
might not show up.
he might not. We'll have to wait and see. Mr. Anthony Visma, you have destroyed my voice tonight after some extraordinary racing. I feel like because I know in good old vets, Split 2 has been complained about, and of course you are race control for Split 2. Do you maybe think we should show them this footage and just be like, just race like this? Like, just don't race how you have been, just race like this, because that was absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good from where I was sitting too, so I was really happy. Like, I know Darren and I maybe got into each other a couple of times, but there was nothing, no malice in it. I just thought it was good, hard racing, and I had a ball tonight. It was great.
Yeah, it looked awesome, mate. I actually got a few words in tonight because Hamish had to catch his breath for a bit here and there as well. So great driving, mate. You were on fire tonight. Was set up. How good was your setup? Because coming out of the corners, the grip that you were getting was sensational. Are you really happy with it, or just had to fight with it?
I thought it was a little bit slippery, but I didn't have anything special. I was just running the normal VRS setup, and but the car felt pretty good, and I've done a few laps here this afternoon, and there's a lot more motivation when Coleman's around me to go fast too.
I felt sorry for him. I still feel sorry for him now.
Well, I don't really know what happened because, like, I know Darren had to readdress, and then I don't know. I just saw him going sideways back down the road, so I wasn't sure what.
It wasn't much in the touch, but it was enough to throw Coleman's car out of balance, and he was in the wall. I know he's down there in the waiting room now to go to talk to the race control. They probably want to review it tonight, but it was unfortunate. It was a shame that it finished like that. But that 3 wide down that main straight with a slowdown, I thought, oh my god.
Yeah, well, Darren was playing it smart because he knew Dave was right behind us. So I just thought it was a great race all up. I know Darren was faster than us. It's a hard track if you put your car in the right spots to pass. But I was just doing everything but what I should have been on that last lap, talking to Greg, looking what Darren was doing, and I ran wide into one of the corners, and that was it.
It seemed like the good passing spot was the first chicane after the straight. It seemed like there was a few real good niggles between you and Lobby there. Lobby took liberties of a lot of drivers through there, but couldn't quite do it with you. It wasn't as clean through there for him. You really made him work hard through there.
Yeah, well, he was always getting a good run on me down the straight, and he'd pull up right beside me as we got into the braking area, and I was really trying to brake as late as I could and not give him anything into that first turn.
Yeah, he's actually messaged on there. Where's the waiting room? I've just dragged him in there, the old fool. But yeah, it's, you know what, mate. Some great battles, and yeah, you described it perfectly. Good hard slogging racing, and it was nice to see. It was good fun for both of us, mate. And congratulations. Hopefully your form continues like this, mate, because your pace tonight was electrifying.
Yeah, well, I got a good qualifying lap in. Felt pretty good. The car was really nice the whole race, even with fuel in it. And the main thing was when I just thought Darren was going to come past me and try and drive away, and my aim was trying to stay with him as long as I could. But it worked out pretty good, and I was happy with the night. And I'm stoked actually.
Excellent, mate. Hamish, any more questions here for Mr. Visma?
What happened to the brake light globes on Mark's car when he went into the wall? Because apparently there were no brakes applied on that one, and I claimed that his brake light globes are broken.
Oh, you gotta do something, haven't you? You can't just cop it on the chin. It's never the driver's fault, remember?
Oh, that's exactly right, mate. That's exactly right. Oh, mate. Well, let us know if we get you and Accelerate Sim Racing out on track. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to as well? And from myself and Sinker, congratulations on your P2 here tonight, and congratulations on what was an absolutely epic couple of last laps battle. That was awesome to call.
Yeah. Well, thanks for you guys for putting it on for us tonight on the broadcast. It's always great. Obviously, Accelerate Sim Racing, Abbey Timber, Primal Wheels, Box and Lock, Narang, Modern Deck, and look forward to the next round.
Maybe let Mark know to not pick up the oil pourer before a race. Maybe just save it until the cool down lap.
Will do.
All right, mate. We'll let you get out of here. Best of luck next week.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you,
mate. Well, we got Mr. Lob ready to go. Mr. Lob.
Turn on your microphone, buddy.
Yeah, turn on your microphone because we need to
Hey,
chat.
Gary.
That battle can. There are words that I cannot say until after 10 p.m. So unless you need to wait 15 minutes, that battle was awesome over those last couple laps. We were loving it. It was just classic supercars action, bit of door to door, bit of controversy involved as well. Just an epic race towards the end.
Yeah, it was good fun, eh? I decided to have a bit of fun tonight and start from the back in both races, and that last one was really good. I don't know how I got so close in the pit stops. I think I was about 3.5 seconds quicker than Anthony in that pit stop, so it put me right onto the back of him, and I kind of just sat there a little bit the first few laps and kind of just watched what he was doing. He was really, really good in certain places. And then kind of just played around a little bit, and tried to make a good race out of it. And it was great fun. It was really, really good racing. I obviously, I'm sure race control would have heard it. I kind of just thought he squeezed me under the brakes into turn one, and it's such a difficult place because you're so hard on the brakes there that if a car moves over just ever so slightly, you can't. You're kind of foot split on the. You can't brake any harder than what you can. So someone moves over like that and you tag them. I thought a bit of a harsh call from race control, but it gave us the ability to get back and race again. It's just a pity we got together with Coleman. There were, all three of us, and down that inside part of the pit wall, you kind of use that every lap, kind of hug that pit wall, and I thought I'd left him enough space there, but I don't know if we just got really bad contact, and I went left, right, and unfortunately, DC came off worse for that, so that was a pity. And then, Anthony and I managed to dupe it out a couple times over those last few laps. That second last lap into turn one, I thought I just managed to get enough overlap in the braking zone to kind of hang around the outside. And I knew it's so difficult with the curbs on the inside to kind of hold a tight line there, so I kind of just, I thought I was just about there, and just the ever so slight contact. And then the good old iRacing slowdowns. I can't seem to avoid those things.
They got you 2 weeks in a row, mate.
Man, I promise you, I feel like every single race I do, I get copped with an iRacing slowdown somewhere. And I still haven't mastered the bloody technique, how to actually clear them properly. So, I think I'm a driving hazard when I come up with those things. You should have this auto, yellow sticker on your bumper, like NASCAR rookie, when you get that slowdown.
Well, mate, you did from the back. We weren't sure what you were playing today, but it sounds like you deliberately started them both in the back, and great fight through. At one stage, you were just that first chicane. Every car that was in front of you in that first chicane, you just took the inside line on them, and you just passed them like butter. But then when it came to Visma, it wasn't so easy, was it?
No, it was quite interesting. I actually got caught out. I actually said to my mates in Discord, I said, shit, it's actually a lot harder to pass someone that's relative speed into turn one, because provided they get a good turn in from the outside, they just pinch you into that onto that inside curb. And I was with the slightly colder conditions in qualifying, I actually ran stiffer springs. And the minute you catch that inside curve from the inside, you just bounce, and almost you either launch into the car next to you, or you've just got to get slow enough that they can actually get the drive around you. So yeah, well, there's quite a pace deficit. It's a good overtaking place, but I realised very quickly now that when the cars are relatively evenly matched, it's quite a tough place to pass. And Anthony had obviously seen that a few times, I don't know, in the week or racing before, so he schooled me a little bit there, which was nice.
Excellent. Well, mate, it's another epic battle, another epic race on a Sunday night, and you made it through alive. What we'll do now is let you know who gets you on track, mate, and who supports Mr. Lob.
DPR, thanks to the boys and Oz. They're all watching the bloody Olympics. They don't give a damn about my racing tonight, unfortunately. And Barry Manon from MRP here in New Zealand. And thanks to you guys. It's nice to come out and have a bit of fun on a Sunday night again.
Excellent, mate. Well, me and Hamish always love commentating the races you're in, because there's always a bit of action, and having you watch some of the passes that you do is spectacular, mate. I'd love to be able to drive half as good as you, and that would make me a very happy man. But I just don't have that much talent pool.
Listen, if you've been on iRacing for as long as I have, I promise you, even if you get half a second quicker each year, you just get quicker and quicker. Right? No, I'm kidding. It's I enjoy the car. The cars always make for good racing. So thanks for talking it up. Thanks for enjoying it. Thanks for giving us a place to race on the weekends.
Excellent, mate. Good luck for the rest of the season, and we'll see you back on track next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See you then.
Thanks, mate.
Ciao, buddy. Hamish, that's another Sunday night of growling voices for the next morning.
I'm going to be like this for the next week, Singer. I don't know about you, but...
Where are we at Tuesday night?
We're at Spa, mate. Second to Spa-Francorchamps for what is guaranteed to be... it's guaranteed to be a tough task for some of these drivers. It's not only that. It's we have a normal round for Spa, of course. A couple other drivers will be doing an enduro later in the week when they head out there for vets as well. So it'll be good practice for them to get a nice little stint under their belt for an hour long. So it'll be good racing to see, and hopefully they'll fine-tune themselves up to tackle that Spa circuit. I mean, we have a lot of crossover in that series with a couple other Supercars series that run later in the week as well. So Tuesday's always good for just to see how some people are setting themselves up for what may be their main league later in the week, or if Tuesday is their main league, how they're setting themselves up for that race as well. So it's going to be, unmissable. It's going to be action you don't want to miss, because it gives you a preview for some other sim racing stuff that happens later in the week, whether they're racing here on Sunday, or they're racing in vets on Thursday, or elsewhere on another night. It's a really, really good place to see how some of these drivers are lining up for their sim racing prospects throughout the week. So I think Spa's going to be a good test and should be a good race.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of racing viewers as well this week, so please tune in and support these drivers, because they deserve a lot more people watching them than what we've got at the moment. The way they drive at the moment in all our series is off the hook, and let's give them the numbers that they deserve, not what me and Hamish deserve, because they're bloody unbelievable drivers out there.
There's so much great racing coming up this week. As you mentioned, Spa Tuesday, Warren Around Tools, we had Supercars Series. Wednesday for Cooler Masters Super Formula Championship, we head over to the UK for Donington for a sprint round. That'll be awesome to check out. Thursday for the Shannon's Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals, we are at Lebanon. Back at a Spanish circuit for a super sprint, first of the season, so that'll be good to see how they go around there. For the GTDs on Friday, they head out to Mugello for round 3. That'll be a good test for them. The Legends are heading over to Alton Park for their third round of the season at the international circuit, so that'll be an absolute crack. You do not want to miss that one. The Friday Double Bubble's been paying off so far, so going to be some great racing in both series on the Fridays. That is some unmissable action for you. And then we're back at Spa on Sunday night for round 4 of Season 3 of 2024 for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship. Of course, I have to give a big shout out to all of our series sponsors here, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, for their continued support of Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday series, both the Supercars and the GTDs, as well as Cooler Master for coming on board for Wednesdays for Super Formulas, and for Shannon's staying on board for the Toyota GR86 Nationals on Thursday nights. We also have to give a shout out to our other sponsors, including DSL Rail Services, NeuroPower, Shunt Scenery, and Grim Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, which you can see on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia. Be sure as well, if you are watching with us live, or if you're watching us on the replay as well, get into the chat if you're watching live, get into the comments section if you're watching on the replay. Let us know what you think of the series. Let us know what you think of all the drivers around, who your favourite driver is, who you want to check out. We'll be sure to try and give them some screen time when we can. But I'm Hamish Munro, alongside Steve Sinkovic once again. We thank you for your time. We thank you for being with us here for some Sunday Supercars action brought to you by Warren & Brown Tools. But until next time, we'll see you guys on Tuesday for Spa. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mosca and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Breeze Tanak